Good morning. 1 Thessalonians 4:18. We're going to read it, but I want to be real contextually specific about something with this particular one another. So we'll go back and read a few verses before, after we read it. Here's 1 Thessalonians 4:18. Therefore, now in light of what was said before this, we'll go back and read it. Encourage one another with these words. So a general statement. We need each other, and we need each other's voices. We need each other's life alongside our life. We need each other's relationships. Encourage one another. We need to give courage to one another, right? And put it within courage. Place courage within another. That's great. The Bible is very specific here, though, and gives us a particular context. Encourage one another with these words. What words? Here is, and we'll begin in verse 14. For since we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so, through Jesus, God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep. For this we declare to you by a word from the Lord, that we who are alive and who are left until the coming of the Lord will not precede those who have fallen asleep. For the Lord himself will descend from heaven with a cry of command, with the voice of an archangel, and with the sound of the trumpet of God, and the dead in Christ will rise first. Then we who are alive, who are left, will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so we will always be with the Lord. Now, not everybody shares the same interpretation, but I take 1 Thessalonians 4 and 1 Thessalonians 5 to be describing the same event, which is the second coming of Christ. Taking that as an interpretation, keep this in mind. What are we to encourage each other with? We are to encourage each other with the idea that when you are down and just under it, when you're up against it, when life is coming at you and you feel so depleted, no, this is not the end, and that the victory of God awaits your future, that he will return, that the second coming of Christ is this great bookend, so to speak, that launches us into an eternal bliss in a new heaven and a new earth, ultimately, with him. And you can rest in that. You can find hope in that. Therefore, encourage one another with these words. It's very specific. So generally, it's good to encourage each other, but boy, is it specific to encourage each other with the idea that Jesus will return. So today, think a little bit about, as Luther would say, that day, the return of Christ, so that it emboldens you, encourages you, puts courage within you for today. Take care.